Welcome to the Business Finance Bulletin, episode 171. Welcome again to the latest Business Finance Bulletin with me, Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services, the commercial finance expert. In this bulletin, Seedrs joins the Nat West Capital Connections panel, late payment and the stresses it causes small business owners, and when the bank says no because it doesn't like your sector. In previous business finance bulletins, I've mentioned the launch of the Bank Referral Scheme, which is a government initiative to ensure that small business owners which have been refused finance by their banks are signposted onto alternative finance providers. I've also featured in previous bulletins the fact that Nat West has its own panel of pre-approved alternative finance providers that it will refer clients to where the bank says it can't help. The panel, called Capital Connections, has recently been expanded with the inclusion of Seedrs, the equity crowdfunding platform. So if the bank feels that equity is one route for its clients, then they will now signpost on to Seedrs. So Seedrs join other lenders such as in the peer-to-peer space, Assets Capital and Funding Circle, also short-term funding provider iWalker, secured property lender Together, and also Nat West's own fund in order to help charities in the social sector. So an interesting inclusion there into Nat West panel. So if you are a Nat West customer and the bank can't help, don't be surprised if the bank manager is very proactive and it gives you a selection of alternative finance providers to choose from. A great initiative. As well as causing financial problems within a business, late payment can negatively impact on small business owners' mental health and well-being. Well, that's the findings that have come out by a recent survey undertaken by the Prompt Payment Directory. Of business owners who said they suffer from late payment, 29% of them says it has led to stress and depression because of the pressure of trying to manage cash flow. 42% of them have said they've been forced to borrow money to cover these cash flow gaps, and 18% have said that it's taken them to the point of bankruptcy and liquidation. But of course, it's not only the financial impact on the business, it's also personal financial impact as well, in that 36% of business owners said they were now having to pay themselves late, and of course that has a knock-on effect when it comes to paying their own personal mortgage and household bills. Now, one thing that of course has recently come out is a duty to report, where the government is now mandating large businesses to be more transparent about their payment practices. But of course, it's only large businesses. So there are a lot of other smaller businesses out there who are still causing stress for other small businesses. So what can you do about it? Well, this is where the Prompt Payment Directory comes in. It's a great initiative designed to help other small business owners rate other businesses in terms of their payment practices. In other words, how good they are in paying on time. So if you want to know more about that directory, just go along to their website, which is the promptpaymentdirectory.co.uk, and there you can find out more information on how to keep your mental well-being on track. Why would a bank say no when your account runs in credit, you're making money, everything is great in the world? Why would your bank still say no to a finance request? Well, that's what one client of ours was faced with earlier this week when they came to us saying that they didn't understand why their bank had said no. They had a very good commercial mortgage track record in terms of payments being made on time, profits being made, everything great, but the problem was the bank said no to a further advance. The reason being they just didn't like the sector that the client was in. And that was enough for the bank to say, no, we can't help. Well, fortunately, we've got plenty of other lenders on our panel that we're able to turn to in order to help that client. But it's a salutary lesson. Just because you're a profitable business and your account runs trouble-free, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get the support from your bank. Banks love certain sectors, but also banks hate certain sectors for various reasons. They don't like the risk profile, they just don't like the sector generally and where it's going, and that's enough for them to say thanks very much but no thanks. So when you're looking to borrow money, don't be surprised if a bank does turn around and say no. Make sure you ask why so you can fully understand the reason. And of course, if you had this decline from a bank, don't forget, I'm sure we'll be able to help. All you have to do, just drop us an email, info@businessloanservices.co.uk, and we'll see if we can match you up with the right lender. Well, that's it for this bulletin, and as ever, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give us a like and a share. So that's it for this bulletin. Thanks very much, and I hope you have a successful and profitable week. Bye-bye now.